Do 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 do. Is this cool down?
And when you do your lives, do you go on YouTube?
Yep. Get way more people.
You do?
Mm-hmm. At 300 today.
Wow.
Okay,
Layla, you're ruining that snowball. Mom.
I'm on live now.
Oh.
7 o'clock. Oh, I forgot to share it to my chat group. Facebook. You're live. I'm alive. Alive. Looks like he's gonna cry there. Don 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 don. Why isn't it saving it? It's so annoying. Oh, here's one. It's piano, right? Just piano. There we go. Just piano. Oh man, I was hoping I had a magnet. I gotta do his magnet. Leave your key. Free heart. I'm not a soprano. And heaven and nature sleep in heaven. You know. Rules the world with truth and grace. Makes the nations grow. Might be able to use this one. And nature sing, heaven and nature sing, fall in it. This one was already falling off anyway, but getting it to open, it's not gonna be fun. So, truth. Oh, this stuff is really strong. Just prove. It doesn't have the sticker on anymore, so that'll be challenging. Nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. I'll turn my light on. There we go. They're not picking up your saturation, buddy. And grace to Alrighty then. Okay, so I said I would come back and show you. I need a new mat because I don't want to put them on my heat set mat. because that's an oily paint. Oil and air dry do not work well together. Get new mat. So I can. So I said that I would show you guys what I do instead of using rings. I never use rings or plugs. I just fill in the polyfill and then I do a tap test to make sure that the glass sand is not falling out. So that's what I do. I don't buy the plugs or anything like that. And I don't like the rings. They're bulgy, so I don't like them. And it's actually easier to hold the position, I find, with not using rings. Like if you want their hand to stay up like this, well, once they're weighted, the rings kind of just force the hand right back down again. So it's a lot easier to position them when you're not using rings. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do. I don't think it kind of looks like they were done, but I don't understand why they would have been. Oh, it does look like they were done. So may not need to do it. Yeah, I think they were done. I must have did it when I put them together, but I can still, I'll tell you what I did. So you get some Mod Podge and you want the gloss. You can use, varnish. You can use gloss varnish, but if you're using Reborn varnish, you know it's expensive. So Mod Podge is a cheaper way of doing it. So you just like make sure you shake it up really good. You squirt it into a palette or just a small area, and you use a very small brush, like something like this one, would be fine. And what you do is after you just right out of the bottle, okay? Don't add water or anything. So once you get some out of the bottle, you're just going to put, oh, you need a bigger brush than that one. This one would be a good one, would it? Like you don't want it too wide where it's going to hit the sides. So I don't have the brush down here that I use because it's an air dry brush. But if you use a brush this small because you're nervous, just go over it twice. So on this end and this end. And you just go all the way around it. You want to do 2 layers. Okay? So go around it. If your brush is not wide enough to reach the other side, do the other side. And then do 2 layers of that. Okay? Make sure it's gloss because matte won't work. It's got to be gloss. And then tomorrow we're going to put him together. When you attach him to his body, these will move around just fine. And you'll be able to hold them in position better than rings. I think you can save yourself money on the rings too. So I never buy the rings or the plugs. If you wanted to, you could add a felt. Some people will cut out a circle of felt and they'll glue it here. But you don't really have to do that. I fill mine really good with poly because I like my customers to have nice, full, plushy babies. So he doesn't really need that because he's nice and full. But you could, if you wanted to, if you felt better about it, you could get a felt cut it to a circle for the inner part here, and it will plug it for you. But you don't have to use the plugs and the rings. That's an added choice. Hi, Mara. Well, thank you. That's so sweet. But yeah, that's how I do it, and I've been doing it like this since I found out about it. Because when you're an air dry artist, this is air dry. I do both. I do heat set as well, but with air dry, usually with heat set, they'll warm up the kit so it's easier because it shrinks, right, when it's warm. So they will do that, and then they'll put the ring on. It's easier to do it that way. But when you're an air dry artist and you're not using an oven, putting the rings on is a nightmare, and you take the risk of scratching the paint. So that's why I personally always did it this way. And you do the same thing around their head, their neck. I'll show you. So he's got messy hair right now, but here's his head. Okay. And then you go, hi, Elizabeth. And then you do the same thing around the neck. You see how it's all glossy in there? Apparently I already did it. So, and I did 2 layers. You see? And it'll be like a nice glossy. And that's why it is able to move, because it's so slippery. So you can buy this stuff even at the dollar store or Walmart really cheap. Just make sure you buy gloss. Okay. So that's what I do instead of rings. And I was also saying, Elizabeth, if you wanted to, like, I put enough poly in my babies because I like them nice and squishy for my peeps. But if I do a tap test to make sure there's no glass sand coming out. But if you felt better, you could, like I was saying, you could take some felt, cut out felt, and glue it in here. But I would probably get white felt than a colored felt, because I don't know if it's going to bleed or not. But I just do it like this. This is the way I've been doing it for years. I've never had a complaint from a customer about anything leaking out of the limbs here. So well, the head's not filled yet because I glued in his hair today and I had to put his magnet in. So his head will be filled tomorrow. So what I do for his head is I put poly in there first, but not all the way up. I put poly in first, and then I'll put a glove with glass sand in it. And then I'll put that in his head, and then I'll put more polyfill until it's full. And then where it's not, and I'll do the tap test with the head too to make sure that it's nothing leaking, but it shouldn't be leaking because it's in a glove. But I still do the tap test in case there's something wrong with the glove or something. But yeah, because it's just poured. Now I do the glass sand. This is glass sand, not glass. Well, it is glass beads, but they're so tiny. They're microscopic tiny, so it feels like sand. I usually fill them up to the ankle here, just above right here in the leg, and about up to here in the hand. Because if you go too high, they're too heavy. And then I start the polyfill. What makes it easier for me is I use the end of a paintbrush and I just push the poly down. And you have to maneuver it because it can be hard to get around these corners here. But these are pretty flexible before it's filled up all the way. So, but that's how I fill them. But I did this yesterday. To save me time. It looks like he could use a little top coat right here. It's a little glossy, but yeah, so he's all put together. I don't have all my air dry products down here, so they're all upstairs. So that's why. Now, this here, I still have to remove some of his, he still has some mapping on his head, so I gotta remove that. All you need is water. To map their heads, I use a sewing marker. It's washable and it comes off with water. So sometimes when you root it, over it, it can be a little harder to get it off, but I just got to add more water to that. I'll be fixing his hair tomorrow. And like I was saying in my earlier live, I know it looks creepy like this when he looks real, right? I never get used to that. I used to use Baby Bum. I used to use this, but they don't sell this one anymore. They sell Sun Bum, but it's not the same as this one. This one was a conditioner and detangler. They're not selling it in both forms. And they're not selling it in the Baby Bum. And the reason why I like that one, because it's silicone free, alcohol free, all that. Because it's for babies, right? For toddlers, for their hair. But I use this one now. It's by Mark Anthony. It's called Bye Bye Frizz. It's silicone free, so I can use it on my silicones. It's a leave-in conditioner. And it works really well. Strengthens, protects during styling. And you know what I found? The styling lasts way longer with this than it does with the Baby Bum. But this is, of course, more money. But I got it from Walmart. And it's a pump, so it's not aerosol or anything. And I love it. There's a little bit of alcohol in it, but not enough that would hurt the paint. So this is what I use now. They do sell leave-in conditioner at the Reborn store, but it's just overpriced stuff that you don't need to buy. I have never bought from a Reborn store conditioner. I did make my own batch using this creamier one, but I don't like it because it makes their hair creates like makes it gunky, you know how when gel dries up in your hair and it's like I don't like to use that. So this one I really love it so much. There's a part of his hair that's actually still down because it's thinner over here, but it keeps it down like this, you see. Now, this hair is pretty good. This is HP locks, so this is really good hair. But if you were using a hair that's more frizzy, like other brands, especially the yearling hair, it's from younger goats, so it becomes very, very frizzy. And so this stuff would be really great for that. So I'm actually going to be rooting a baby in the winter time, later winter, with rabbit hair. So it's so fine and soft that it will be a little more fuzzy. So this will be great to have for that hair. So I'm looking forward to using that with that hair and seeing how it works. But HP Locks is pretty good, But if you want to style the hair, like this, I use that stuff to style this hair, and it stayed in place. It has not come out of place at all. And it's not hard, just feels like hair. Just feels like hair. It's not sticky, it's not hard. It's totally worth the money. Totally worth it. You were told to fill the glass, but under the knee? I used to do that, but I find them too heavy. If you do that, I just find that they're too heavy. I've been doing it this way. I find that it's too much force for the leg. So I've been doing it this way. Yeah, his is about right here. But it depends on how much weight they want, right? I weigh them about 5 pounds-ish. So with it up to that point, he weighs about 5 pounds. Because I also put, you know, I do their bum and then I do their midsection, and so he had like his little cowlick here. So cute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is move his limbs. I brought him down here because I'm going to put him together on video tomorrow. So that's why he's down here. Let's move this. Eventually, all my stuff will be coming down here. I have an injured shoulder from when I fell, so I'm trying not to do too much. You know, I basically just have and I need my bigger table. This is just my smaller table that I had the ovens on outside, so I need my bigger table to have room for everything. And the other table's a bit taller, so I can fit my towers underneath here that I have supplies in. I'm getting an x-ray this week, and as long as like there's no fractures or anything like that, or any damage to the they're checking what they call rotary cuff. I don't know, I'm assuming that's how you move your arm around, turn your arm around and stuff. So they're gonna be checking that. So as long as I know there's no like anything, I don't think there is. I think I'd be in a way more pain, but it affects the back of my shoulder and the area that it's connected, that when you roll your shoulder, like it's in that area where the rotary cuff is, and it travels into my collarbone, the side of my collarbone. So he just wants to, it was a hard fall, and I landed on my hands because I was trying to protect my knee because I have a bad knee. So I landed on my hands, and my arm, I'll show you on my good arm, completely like twisted like this. And then I just felt like a lot of pain in my shoulder. So once I know there's nothing I need to really like, that I can't hurt anymore, then I'll start moving more stuff. But I just want to get that x-ray cleared out first, because I don't want to make it worse, because I gotta work. Just gonna read some comments here before I get started. Oh, I forgot it's not TikTok. I can't do that. Sorry, I need my specs. My eyes are blind, I cannot see. Okay. So I'm here. Elizabeth. Yay, Elizabeth is here. You teaching me something. Good, I'm glad. I didn't do my first baby. Oh, you didn't weigh your first one? Is that what you mean? I have to order glass beads. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you guys what I do. Everyone has their own way of doing things. He is a cutie. Well, I'm glad you told me that. You're most welcome. Oh, you had to do an MRI, eh? There's like a 2-month waiting list for an MRI. But he said he'll do the x-ray first. And if he doesn't see anything concerning, then we'll skip the MRI. But if he feels that it's warranted for an MRI, then it's just a 2-month wait. You know, so remember, free healthcare means waiting. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I believe it's a ligament tear. That's what I think it is. I saw pictures, the anatomy pictures, and I was looking at where the pain is the worst, and there is a tendon. Not a ligament, sorry, a tendon in there. That when you try to reach your arm up, it's very painful because it's pulling at that area. So that's what I think. That's what I think it is. And that's a long recovery rate. You just have to grin and bear it and try not to overuse your arm. You know, my sister has helped me move stuff, but It's not like really heavy stuff. It's just I have to move stuff around down here to make it work. Yeah. Mod Pod. What's Mod Pod? Oh, you mean Mod Podge? What's Mod Pod? Are you talking about Mod Podge? Oh, I'm sure yours hurts bad. Yeah. I've always had, sometimes I get like neck muscle pains in my neck, you know, like that's why I used to root in this here, and I would just I had it sitting on like a table topper. And then I ordered it's kind of like a TV tray, but it's bigger. It's a little bigger. It's like a hospital table. You know what I mean? But it's not as expensive as a hospital. And you can level the table up and down. I bought that for rooting, but I was still straining my neck and straining my back because I root for like 2 hours at a time. So I find rooting in my recliner on an angle, on a certain angle, and I have a pillow that I always put my tablet on because I don't like my electronics touching my body, especially near the breast area and stuff. I'm so paranoid of that. So I sit it on top of a pillow as kind of like my rest for it between my body, and I sit it up on top of there. So when I'm rooting, the pillow that I usually put my tablet on, I'll put that on my lap, and then I root inside of those travel neck pillows. Well, I have one that's memory foam. I got it from the dollar store for $5, and it has a tie on it, and I tied it so it looks like a donut. And I have a receiving blanket on the top so they don't fall down to the bottom. And then I just put their head in there because it's nice and soft. And when I'm pushing down, it won't smudge their paint. So that's why I use that. And so I put that neck pillow on top of my other pillow, and it's like the perfect height. And because I'm not sitting straight up, I'm not straining my neck. And even when I have like medium vertigo, I can still root because when I'm sitting up, the fluid blocks that area that causes the vertigo. But when I'm on an angle in my chair, it's further back from right in the inner ear. So it works for me both ways. And I can root a lot. Sometimes I can root longer. The longest I've rooted is 3 hours at a time. But when I start to get like nauseated from the visors, that's when I know I'm at my limit. And that's usually within 2 hours. My phone types what it wants. I know. I said to Kai, I was talking about how I found sores on my sister's cat because the cat's been acting weird lately. So I thought it's because my brother visited and he was really loud fixing things, and she's not used to men at all and loud noises like that. So we thought she was just stressed out from that, but then my brother was gone for like a week, so she should have been over that by now. So I'm like, okay, because I don't really live on that side of the house. So I'll see her if I go hang out in that area and she comes up to me and sees me, So I decided to see what she's been like hiding in this box behind the couch and crying. Like she's not going in her tree house. She's not coming out like she usually does, and she'll cry and cry for us. I'm like, but she'll come out and sit on her lap, but she's been mostly hiding, and we're trying to figure out what's going on with her. So I wanted to just make sure. There are cats that visit her at the window, so I don't know if the cats are doing mating calls at her, but she is fixed. But cats can still do mating calls, not as much, but I had a cat who was fixed that still did mating calls, But anyway, but she has a boyfriend that comes to the window because she's an indoor only cat. So I went to go look at her yesterday, and I noticed near her bum, the fur was thin and there were sores. And you know, fleas always hit you first. Like, oh my God, is this fleas? But none of the dogs have fleas. So I'm like, well, if she had fleas, the dogs would have fleas. So that, especially the puppies. So that doesn't make any sense. But I checked her anyway for fleas because that's one of the first things you do. No fleas. But I remembered that Tracy thought maybe she didn't have a food allergy and she just had an allergy because sometimes we give her wet Im food by Iams as a treat, you know, and she doesn't have an issue with it. So we figured, you know, let's try Iams cat food. But she was on a different cat food, like a very expensive medical one, because she was having problems where she was like losing a lot of hair and stuff like that, and we couldn't figure out what it was. So she's on a box. It's called Boxy. It's a special litter, and all the pee and poop sinks down to the bottom, and it still clumps. It's really good stuff, and it lasts longer than regular litter, but it is expensive. But we bought her that, and we had changed her food, and everything got better. But we thought it was probably the litter. So Tracy wanted me to try, if she was doing fine eating wet Iams, she wanted me to try feeding her Iams. And I think she has a food allergy. You know, I think she's just sensitive to things. I think she has a food allergy. I think she's sensitive to regular litter. So, I reordered her food and, her medical food last night on Amazon, and they said that they were delivering it from between 5 and 10. So I don't know. They get the mail. So anyway, she has to stay on that medical food. But I think that's why she's doing what she's doing, because when cats are stressed out or not feeling well, they hide. It's just what they do because they feel vulnerable. So that's what all animals do, that when they feel vulnerable. A lot of them. Usually dogs will be more needy. Depends on the dog. But in her case, you know, I'm glad that I checked her over and figured it out. I used to work at a vet. I was going to be a vet technician. But I went through training and everything. But I couldn't handle when they put the animals to sleep. I couldn't handle that. It was too hard for me. So that's why I didn't become a vet technician, but I worked in vet hospitals since I was 15 years old. Well into my 30, like late 20s and stuff, volunteering and... But anyway, so I text Kai that Nala, that's her name, Nala's got sores, and the stupid phone puts Dolores. How do you get Dolores out of sores? So stupid. It's almost like an eczema. It looks like that. So, yeah, so I had to switch her food back over. That's why I was late. Working on him last night because I had to help the poor kitty cat. So we put in the meantime we put coconut oil on her bobos, and that takes down the itching and it heals the sores. Like, it helps heal that area. But if they had a actual bad case of it, they would need to be on veterinarian medication, but it wasn't like that. She just had like a couple spots there. So once she gets back in her food, she'll be back to normal. It's weird though that the wet one doesn't affect her. It's only the dry one. It's something they're putting in the dry one that they're not putting in the wet one. But when we give her wet Iams, it's not all the time. It's here and there, but we're going to have to get her a better one just to be on the safe side. You know what she really likes too is those Cat It treats. They're called Cat It. And it's like squeezy salmon in a tube. She likes it. I can't eat fish. I have pet fish. So I can't eat fish. I take omega vitamins because I can't. I got pet fish and I can't eat it. I can't look at living, happy, swimmy fish and then eat it for dinner and eat other fish for dinner. It doesn't matter if it's a different fish. It's still an animal that was swimming in the water like mine. Hi, Selmer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But anyway, let's get the magnet in there. So this one doesn't have the sticky thing on it because I took this off a soother. I took it off of one of my soothers. So I'm going to use this soother here to hold it in place. So you see how it's clicked there? So this tells me if the magnet is hitting the soother this way, this is the side that has to be glued down inside the head. So, no, sorry. Scratch that. This side, the side that's sticking to the soother, has to be glued down in the head. Because the part that's glued down is the part that's going to face the soother. Right? So I used to do it the opposite way. I would get so confused. But now I know that I have to glue this. So since it doesn't have that red sticker on, so I don't get confused, I'm going to use the marker that I use for rooting. Oops. I don't know if that's going to be strong enough. I'm going to have to use... I worry about it bleeding through because it's on his face. Yeah, it's close enough. I can see it. So usually I use... I took it off of this soother, off of this magnet from making a soother, but usually it has like a sticky part on it, and then you peel the top. You have to use tweezers to do it. They're really hard, but you can stick it down, but it's not enough strength to hold it once you fill the head and all that. So I just kind of pour the glue over. So this one's going to be a little trickier because it doesn't have the sticky thing on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue, I'm going to put glue where his lips are, right here. His mouth is closed, so it will be easier than if it was opened. So I'm going to put glue down there, and then I'm just going to slide the magnet down until it's in the glue, and then I will put more glue on top of it to secure it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I just need a popsicle stick here. Here we go. So I'm using the same stuff I use for hair glue. So they don't sell this glue anymore, not in Canada anyway. This was Elmer's Craft glue, strong bond, and it dries clear. But they stopped selling it. I checked every store you can possibly check over here. Nobody has it. And it dries and it's strong. I use it for my soothers. See? Okay. The thing that I use in the soothers is from a baby cloth. You know those baby washcloths? That's what I put over the soother because they're thin. But I don't really make them for the vinyls anymore. I prefer the Honeybug soothers because they're safer. Okay, so we're going to take some glue out of here. I probably don't need that much, but make sure it's not on the wrist. You should wear gloves when you do this. But, so anyway, I'm going to fix areas. If any areas get a little glossy, I'll fix them before he goes home. I'm going to need my visors. I need the light on my visors so I can see it. Here they are. So you can hold it when, if you're never sure where the magnet's going to go, you can hold the head up to the light, which does help, but I'm going to hold this down. I need to turn this light on higher. I just don't have enough light here. And there we go. Now I can see it. But you can usually feel for it. See, I can feel that it's right here. I can feel my finger right in there. You know, the ones I hate doing is the open mouths, because they have like this hump, and it's so hard to get the soother. Thank you, Krista. Okay, so I have some glue on here. I'm going to put it... Oh, goodness. His lip is so low. Another thing is you could gently try and push it up. I just want to make sure. Oh, sorry, that was your nose. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue down here. Just enough for it to... It probably would have been better if I put the bulk of the glue at the bottom of the stick. And I don't like the glues that dry right away, because then the magnet gets stuck where I don't want it. So now I'm going to flip the magnet. I'm going to let it slide in there. Then I'm going to use the soother on the other side. Oops. I'm going to use the soother on the other side to guide where I want the magnet. There we go. Is it on your face, buddy? There we go. Oops. It's sideways. Okay. So now that I got the soother on, I can show you guys there. Can you see it? So the soother is on. So now what I'm going to do is take... I need a bigger gulp of it because... Oh, that's not how I do it. I lied. I use a paintbrush. It's been a while. Have mercy. Okay. So I'm going to take the paintbrush. I usually have a thing with a towel in it to hold his head. And I'm just going to paint. I dab the glue over it. This is very good glue. It's non-toxic. So I personally find it's better use of strong craft glue than crazy glue. Because I try to make my dolls as non-toxic as possible. So I do not use crazy glue at all. I used to, but I don't anymore. Buddy, I gotta put your... I need 2 hands. It's hard to scoop this out. Okay. I'm gonna put them in the rooting thing for now. I'm supposed to start his sister tonight. Okay. I'll just leave him in the donut and I'll start his sister tomorrow. It's not like... I do want to map her head though tonight, so she's all ready to go in the morning. Okay. There's just that end that's facing... It's harder to get in there because of the slope. But there's enough on there that it's not gonna be able to go anywhere. I try and see it where the magnet is almost covered, you know? There we go. Especially around the sides more than anything. All right. I don't see that going anywhere. Okay. So I have to be careful because the glue's wet right now, so I can't lift his head up yet or it could slide. But basically, that soother is guiding where I want the magnet. So now, and what will happen is, the soother is also pulling the magnet close to the vinyl. You know what I mean? It's holding it nice and strong. So I'm going to put him in my rooting pillow, which is a traveler neck pillow that I made into like a donut thing. I'm just going to sit him on there, the pacifier on his mouth, sit him in there gently, and he will dry just like that. And then he'll be all set to have his head filled tomorrow. Everything else is done. His hair's, oops, that's my tea mug. His hair is glued in, his eyelashes are glued in. So he's good. And I'm gonna do some touch-ups with top coat. So I'll show you guys how top coat works tomorrow. Unfortunately, they don't sell it anymore. But like I said, if you get matting powder and add it to your Americana soft touch varnish, it'll do the same thing. Or you just do more layers of soft touch varnish. But what you needed more layers of that varnish, you can do in one with. I don't know why Folk Art discontinued it. It's really unfortunate. They had that year. They discontinued a lot of their products. They discontinued tile and glass, which a lot of people were using as a medium to make air dry paint stick. So was I, until I switched to a paint where you didn't need it. But yeah, that was a real bummer. There are certain more expensive paints where you don't need to use a medium with air dry. It'll stick. So I'm just gonna let this brush soak in here. Get the glue off the bristles. So I'm gonna move this. I'll put this away for him for tomorrow, because I don't want him on a glossy area. So, like I said, this is what I use for, now if you guys want to use the tacky glue for the hair, because it's more affordable, get a matte, not gloss, but get a matte Mod Podge and use that on the hair first, because tacky glue can pull the hair out because it's very sticky. So if you put this down first, it'll help. It will make a big difference. So that's just my personal advice from experience. So that will stay down here because I need it for rings anyway, instead of using rings. So I'm just gonna leave that down here. Like whenever I grab an air dry product, I just leave it down here. Like, well, it's down here now. Wonderful. I don't bring it back up. I just leave it down here. So, yeah, that's for the pain. This side's okay. So I did get Pickle's head baked today, but I did not get his limbs baked today, which is fine because I'm more worried about getting his head done first so I can get him to the rooting. So I'm more, because what I want to do is usually I put his arms with his head, but I want to make sure his arms are getting a good full bake because of the issues he's having with his hand. And I want to roll, there's I showed it before. I have a hand towel. I think it's a hand towel. Yeah, it's a hand towel that I roll up and then I turn into like a donut that helps support their heads, especially the bigger babies, and keeps them from tipping. He doesn't really need it because he's got hand towels inside of his head. But what I want to do with it, instead of making it a circle, I want to roll it out straight. And then I want to put his hands up like this on it so that I don't have to worry about his fingers. And he's getting that full bake on the top of his hands. And if that works out good for me, I'm going to start doing their hands, all of their hands the same way. So, but it's better to try it on him first because he's thicker, he's fatter, and the skinnier babies, I'm not sure, but for him, he's got a nice wide wrist, so he'll be fine. So I want to make sure his hands and his feet are lifted so they get a whole really good 360 bake. So I'll do that tomorrow because it's winter time. Well, it feels like winter time. It's technically fall. The weather really drops when the sun goes down. And as it goes on, it gets colder and colder and colder. So I usually stop baking at 5 o'clock in the winter time. Actually, no. Was it 5 o'clock? Yeah, I think it was around 6 o'clock. I started one at about 5:30 or something like that. And it's just because it drops too cold, and I really am scared of them getting temperature shock. So, and I want to make sure they get a good bake. And I don't want the oven working so hard that it breaks itself down either. You know what I mean? So I've been doing it that way, and it's working out very well. So Primrose got baked today, so she's done. So tomorrow, Pickle's arms and legs will get baked. I'm still going to work on his face tomorrow, though. His head. I'm going to work on his head tomorrow. Get that ball rolling. Fix those areas. I bought some extra, just regular glass fuses in case I have any issues. All right, so I said we were going to do time is it's 8:11. Yeah, because she doesn't have a torso, so we'll be good. All right, so we're going to do a yellow texturing on Oakland. This is Oakland. And when she's done, she'll go up for sale. I need gloves. Look at these socks. I got 10 pairs of socks at my dollar store for $5. 10 pairs. Most of them are white, and then we have like a rose color. Not red rose, like a pink. It's like a pink and a red mixed together. So I shared them with my sister. She got 5 pairs, and I got 5 pairs. All right. All right, Miss Oakland, are you ready? Just need gloves. Oh, I forgot I still have to clean that sponge over there. I'll do that tomorrow before I bake. Alrighty then. And they're backwards. They're backwards. If you ever have trouble getting your fingers in the glove, just put them in like this and then blow into it. There you go. I saw an artist doing that. Hi, Kai. You missed out on your boy. I just put in the magnet. I did its magnet online. So he is good. He's got a magnet in. I don't have, I don't have my rooting stuff. I forgot that I had to, not rooting. I had to put him face down in the pillow tonight that I root on. So that means I won't be able to get to Quimby till tomorrow. But I'm going to map her hair today. Not online. I don't like mapping online. It makes me nervous. I'm going to map her head tonight so it's all ready for the morning because that'll be dry. His head will be dry in the morning. So I'm still going to map her head tonight, but I need his soother to set where he's not going to get bobos on his face. Oh, I know, and I can't move him. I'm sorry because he's drying. I don't want the magnet to shift. So, oh, but don't feel bad about it because tomorrow you can watch it after the live gets processed. Just watch the beginning of the live. It'll even say it on the live. Because what they do is after they process the live, they don't post them public yet. They wait for me to do it. So what I do is I kind of scan through the video to see who I'm working on. And then I'll title it whatever I'm working on so that people who are more interested, like I have some people that are more interested in watching Pickle get done. I have people that are more interested in Primrose getting done just because they like the kit, you know. So some people are more interested in this way I'm painting, or some might be interested in me doing that skin, or, whatever they're wanting to learn too, right? So I title them. So at the beginning, it will say, it always starts with the kit name. So it'll say Max, Reborn Max. I'm starting to put Reborn and Realborn now. It wasn't before, but it'll say Reborn Max getting magnet. And then next to that, it'll say Oakland, Realborn Oakland, yellow text. It's texturing. So that's what it will be titled. So you'll know that's the video where I'm magnetizing him. I also discussed in the video that I don't use rings and how I do it so you don't have to use rings. So you'll see me with his limbs and explaining to people. I already did his before when I put them together the last time. So I just kind of showed them without actually dipping it in the Mod Podge. So you'll see that in the video too. So, oh, and you'll also hear me talking about the style of his hair and telling people I use this product, and it's all in the video. Okay. All right, Missy, are you ready for your yellow texturing? She's got such a cute little face, doesn't she? She's very similar to Tink, actually. If you look, Tink is smaller, though. Look at their faces. They're very similar. They could be twinsies. One's just bigger than the other. Which happens in the womb. Clearly, this one's further along than this one. She's looking a little jaundiced right now. But, yeah, but they're very, very similar. If you look. She's the one, she's got a little, her ears are a little more pointed, though. On this one. But yeah, and this is this is sculpted. It's not a Reborn. It's sculpted, but it is from Bountiful Baby, and Tink is sculpted as well by Bonnie Brown. But you will get confused though. Tink is a preemie. My customer didn't know that. I didn't even know that when she ordered her, because her legs, they have the length of her legs written down. So people think, oh, preemies are like 16 inches. So she's not a preemie. She is a preemie all the way. I'll show you. I got Primrose here. Okay. So Primrose is about, I don't know, like a month old, but she wears newborn. She wears newborn, okay? So she's just a little longer than some newborns. So this is Primrose's arm, okay? Wears newborn clothing. Here is Tink's arm. See how it's the same length? Almost. But she's very skinny. She's very, very skinny. And she is in preemie clothes. The like she does fit in preemie clothes, but literally just fits because she is long. But I have put newborn clothes on Tank, and they run big on her. So you have to watch your sizing. So the most accurate way to do it, if you want to know for sure their sizing, check the head size. The head size will tell you if they're newborn or preemie. So she ordered her. I didn't even know she was ordering her. So I always check ever since that we found out about Tink, because I thought Tink was a newborn. Ever since then, I check their head sizes before I order, and I compare it to one I know is a newborn, and I compare the two head sizes. And if that head seems quite a bit smaller, then I know, okay, that's not newborn, because it's not going to look right on a newborn body. And she came with a preemie body. So always check the head size. If you're looking at kits yourself or you're an artist and you want to buy a kit, check their head sizes. If you don't go by the length. Okay. All right. So let's get out the. Just wanted to explain that while I was thinking about it. Okay. So, like, I thought Laura was a newborn. I didn't realize how big she was. She wears 0 to 3 months. Okay. Yellow sponge got me a purple. Got me a red. This one looks red too. Don't I have a yellow one? That one's blue. Did I not make a yellow one? Ay. I make more sponges. Oops. Oh no, my paper towels. I don't know if I put them over here. If I can, let's see. I don't see them in here. Okay, let's ixnay that. Because I have to find what I did with the sponges. I could have put them anywhere. There's one area I want to check first, and if they're not there, we're going to switch kits. So you guys don't have to wait for me to look for the dang sponges. So I took them out of my bag and put them somewhere. They're most likely under the baby clothes in the Moses basket. So we're going to switch to Laura because I have a purple sponge already made. She is a bit orange. I find her a little on the orange side. So I did one purple wash on her, but it was very thin. So I added more purple to it for another kit. And I'm going to do that with her. So that's Prim. That's Prim's head. I must have her in the bathroom. I'll be right back. Toby, do you have to sit there? Out of all places you could be sitting. Can you move, please? Move. Oh, it's just me. Who else would it be? You weirdo. Okay. Yeah, she looks like a tangerine. No pun intended. She's actually more than what you guys see her. It's a tangerine. So I'm just gonna go over purple with her. Yeah, since I made it a little stronger. Oh, Kai, I'm sorry to inform you this information, but before I put the oven, see, she got a little bit of temperature shock on her because someone said, "Oh, you don't need to preheat," and that's what happened when I didn't preheat. See how it's bent a little bit? It's just the ring, though. It's not her head. It's just this. Thank God. So maybe in the summer you can get away with that, but in Canada's winter, you're not getting away with that. Or if you're in Michigan, you're not getting away with that. So I'm just going to move her arms over here for now. Yeah, it was because I did the yellow early on. I did the yellow too strong, so I've been having a lot of trouble getting that yellow to come down. It has gotten a lot better, so I'm just doing her a darker tone than I originally intended to do. But which way is your head supposed to go? This way? Thank God it didn't hurt her head. It was the ring got too soft is what happened to hold her head up. All right. I'm just going to get some water. I'll be right back. So Kai, I did tell people that I'm going to be weighing Max upstairs since all my stuff is up there. Too much to bring down because I don't want to forget anything and then be like, oh. So I'm going to be weighing Max upstairs, and then before I start my live at 2, I'm going to bring him downstairs. Well, his body, that's all that's left of him up there. I'm going to bring him his body that's been filled down here, and then I'm going to put them together on my live. So if you can't make that live, don't worry, because it'll be posted the next day. It usually takes a day for YouTube to process it so I can post it, and then you'll still be able to see it. Oh, this water's cloudy. I gotta wait for it to... Okay. My poor kid, man. She's a mess. All right, so I gotta wet that sponge, the purple one, which is in here. So I see, I redid all my sponges because the other ones are older. So where did I see the purple one? Right here. I'll find my sponges tomorrow. I just didn't want to waste time looking for them and having you guys sit there and wait for me. Okay, so here's the purple one. So I'm just gonna not dipping it in there. I gotta clean that out. Okay. I'm using this. Ooh, stinks. I'm using distilled water on the sponge here. Bringing it to life. It's dried out. Okay. Make it all nice and soft. There we go. I don't know if I made a nitty bitty for that one or not. What color is that? Green? Nitty bitties are over here. No, I didn't. That's fine. No big deal. All right, I'm going to close this stinky water up. I'm going to clean that out tomorrow for sure. For sure. So just need a paper towel. All right. I'm getting a lot of work done this week. I'm really happy about that. I already started details on 2 babies, Pickle and Duran's head anyway. Oh, I could show you real quickly, Kai, but it's very hard to see on the video because it's just started. But she has, maybe if I turn it off. It's kind of hard to see, but she has bluing in here. She has bluing here. She's bluing under here and here. And she has red, the first layer added to the eyelids. And then she's got the red in here. We've got bluing here, bluing here, bluing here, bluing here, bluing across the nose. And bluing up here, bluing down here, blue here, blue here. Yellow up the forehead and red on the chin, and I did her dimple, and she's got red added to her cheeks. So that is, oh, and then her nose and the side of her nose here. So that's what, oh, and the red around her ears, which she needs more layers of that. So that's what Jewelry had today on her head. Yeah, she's really coming to life, that kid. I looked at a lot of Durans today just to get some ideas, and one scared the crackers out of me. She looked like a zombie baby. There were 2 that I really liked. And obviously, you know, Sylvia's is always my favorite. But there was another one that an artist did. I don't know the artist, not a prototype artist, but she did a really good job. She's really cute. But the prototype artist, not Sylvia, but the other one wound up using fake eyelashes, and I think that really her work would have looked a lot better if she rooted the eyelashes. I really don't like the fake ones. They're just... Okay. All right. Let's get this going. So we need purple texture right here. Look at all the, see how the paint drops to the bottom? Oh, could help if I turn my light, but I don't need it that high though. Okay. You see how the paint is all down here, but the thinner goes all the way up here? Science. It's so weird how clear it is. It's not even discolored. The bottom looks like sand. So strange. That's science for you. So I'm going to mix this together and make it paint again. Oh, really good. Now, take a look at that. It's all purple now. I'm just having a little fun there. Where's my specs? My eyes are blind, I cannot see. I have not brought my specs with me. Okay, Laura, we're gonna try to slide up just a little more because it's dark outside. All right, the lighting down here, oh my god, is so much better at night than working in the sunroom. Oh my god! And when I was working upstairs, it'd be all dark except for my overhead light. Even with the lamp, it didn't do much for me. Okay, Laura, we gotta lie you down because your ring's gotta get popped back. Next time she goes in the oven, that'll get better. I just have to probably lie her down and support her head by that towel in there that I have. And this should pop back up. Yep. Happened to Willow too, and I was able to fix her. And it happened to Joanne, and I fixed her. So, all right. So I'm going to use this one here. No, I used blue for purple. That's right. Okay, that's my brown one. All right, so I'm just going to dip into this purple here. It's got some... See the bristles? I hate when it does that because it could put paint where I don't want it. Where are those scissors I used? Oh. No, don't you tip. Don't you dare. I'm going to move it off the table in a minute. Not the table, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm just going to cut these bristles off so it doesn't put... It drives me nuts when they stick out like that. Okay. So, I'm going to move this to the table so it doesn't tip. Because here it's kind of... Because it's folded and stuff. It's not... It's flat, but it's apparently not flat enough where it likes it. Alright, which side is the paint? This is the painting side. Come on, Laura, let this one work. You're looking a little too much like a orange. Alright, here we go. So, she looks better to you guys than she does to me. I wish she looked like that, the way you guys see her. That would be great. Because they took out the saturation. Just add some saturation to that. And that'll be what she really looks like. Purple is a neutralizer for yellow. And blue or green, depending on what color tone you're going for, can neutralize red. But I'm trying not to neutralize too much of the red. I'm just trying to tone it down a little bit. Okay. Let's see this. Let's still a little bit more here. Okay, I'll get some more. I may need to put primer on her ears again. I'm not sure. I kind of work on her when I don't need to work on the others. But mostly focusing on the others. But I gotta get Oakland out here at some point. Not Oakland. Willow. She's in the back room. She's just ahead. Because she's going on a preemie cuddle body. The body they sent for her is too big. She looks like a wrestler. They sent her a newborn cuddle body, but it doesn't. So to get into this area here, I'm just folding the sponge and gently dabbing it in there. And then I'll fold it the other way, because obviously that's too strong. And I'll just dab it. That way I still get in there. I try to get as most places as I can get. And I'll do the same thing with the other side. There we go. And then use the end part to get around her ear. I'm trying in there as much as I can. Makes a little extra effort, but this front part I'll use a brush for that. Let's see if I can get closer to this area here. That's better. And just at the tip of the bridge. See this, the tip of her nose needs some work done to it too. So I'll probably put some purple over there. But yeah, this looks pretty good here. It does look like it's toning it down, so that's good. All right. I'll see it more and more as she dries. So I'm going to get a small brush. I use this. So I'm going to go over, yeah, put some purple on her lips. In this area here. Underneath here, just can't get the sponge in here. Into her nose. Right here. Up here. I want to make sure there's purple on her eyes here. Especially this late in the game. So, okay. Just around this area of the chin here, it's hard to get in there. So, use that. And I need, I'll use this pouncer here. So I'm just going to pounce that in there. So I'm going to get a sponge here. Just blot that off. And just go very gently in here. Her lips. Yeah, her lips may or may not need more primer too. I don't know. I'll see how this bake goes. I'm not going to use the sponge on the nose or it's going to take too much off. I'm going to use a dry brush. That's what I did the pickle too. I love piano. This is Christmas piano. Because YouTube is very strict on what I'm allowed to play, so... They even muted one of my videos that was a short clip, and it only had less than a minute of a song on it. Less than 1 minute. Wasn't even a whole song. And they muted it. Like, well, the least you can do is offer me a song to replace it with. They used to do that. I don't know why they didn't do that. Okay. That's good. Now I need my skinny brush. The skinny mini guy right here. Get the purple out from in here. Yeah, so she might need some more primer there. Let's just see how our next bakey goes. Just trying to get underneath the nose. Let's take this dry brush here. Just kind of tap it. I want to make sure. Yeah, it does look like the paint is staying. We'll just see how it bakes. That looks good. All right, and then I'll just add some purple right here where I can't get the sponge. And then I'll just take my textured and then I won't use a sponge there, I'll just leave it. Some kids are just more sensitive than others. Okay, now I gotta do her ears. So where's that brush? Almost forgot. And then I'll be able to see if this sticks or not. I got pretty close to her ear with the sponge, so. And then, instead of using the sponge, I'm going to use a bigger dry brush because it can grab a lot more. Just checking. I'm not sure how to say that name, but I'm going to say Shinatha? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hello? I can't see the other name very well because it's in course like cursive, but hello. I love baby dolls like those types. Can you make me one? Ashley, sorry, Ashley, I have a really busy schedule, but when they're available online, to be adopted. It will be posted on my YouTube account. It didn't look like that was blended. Right there. Okay. And I'm just going to blend the sides here so there's no lines. I say so there's no lines, and I just created some. At least they're clear ones. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure there's no pooling. And oh, there is at the very end. So I'm just going to use my little brush here to pick it up. I don't know if it's kind of wet. Yeah. Right in there. Okay, we'll do our other ear. But this particular one here is my baby. She is what you call forever baby. One that will never be sold. Sometimes I'll get one and I don't bond to them and I'll sell them, but Laura, I was actually very bonded to my last Laura, but I sold her because I wanted to get another one to do in heat set. So, and I sold her to my best friend so I can still see her. And I know she's very loved, so it gives me a lot of peace about it. And I know she's bringing a lot of comfort, and that makes it even better. So that's the joy of reborning, is bringing comfort to other people. But this one will definitely be staying. And I also have a torso for her, but I'm waiting, that Laura Lee Eagles sculpted, but I'm waiting for her torso until her head and limbs are done, because the torso's not the same color. So this way I can have an easier way of matching up the color. So that's where I'm at with it right now. But yeah, she's starting to look a lot better. This looks like a nice young baby look. But I'll know more after she dries. And after she bakes. I do have to fix the tip of her nose though, because you can see up here, but then here it's bare because it wasn't grabbing onto the paint. Which is not a huge deal because we actually add some yellow to the tip of their nose. So it's a yellow color. So I'll just work with it with some primary colors and add a little more red, and then just this area, and then with the yellow in it, it'll just look like the yellow the yellow detailing we do here. So I just won't need to do that. But that looks a little too yellow. So I do want to add some more color to it. Okay, darling. I don't know what to do. I can't sit your head up. Because you got a little bit of shocky shock. I don't think that's full enough to put you there. I figure out where I'm going to put her head. Oh. I don't think I got any. How heavy is this? No, it's too light. I'll try this, but I don't know if it's going to hold her because it's not full. The torso's bigger, that's why I was able to fit it on there. No. Let me try the liquid thin, maybe, at the top. Your head's not going to fall off, is it? Okay, don't move. She dries quickly, so, in texturing. Stay! Heel! Don't move. Till we'd be like, oh, if he wasn't sleeping. Okay, don't move, child, okay? Stay. I'll have to move very slowly, like a sloth. I got it to work. Yay, me. Oh, 52 likes on my live. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Now, don't move, Laura, and I mean it. I mean business. Don't worry, guys. She doesn't answer me back, so don't worry about it. I'm good. Okay, we need your lambs. Let's start with this one. Spent a little too much time in the sun, my dear. Okay, let's get this. Sorry. It grabbed me. It's Christmas, the first Noel. I can never ignore that song. It just grabs me and pulls me in, and I have to start performing. But it's way too high for my voice. I'm an alto. I ain't no soprano. Okay. Okay. So, hey, Mr. Bug, get out of here. Ooh, her one finger got better. A little bit better. That's good. I will be leaving her hands and feet because I do those a little more red anyway. So I'm just going to leave those alone. No sense taking red off just to have to put red back on. There we go. But I'm going to do it with a creasing color instead of a regular red because of the, it'll just turn orange. Oh, I can hold her hand then. Good. That'll help me to have this area. I will be adding some red around this area, but that will be with creasing. So I'm just going to this here. And I'll be using a stippling to do her hand. I'm going to compare this to her other arm so I can see what a difference it's making. But obviously, it'll change more as she dries and then as she bakes. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the side of her head that you guys saw me do. It's a little hard to get in here, though. I'll be detailing that area anyway with blue. Whoops. Almost lost my sponge. She's near the end, so I want to make sure. Just want to be extra cautious. All right. We're pulling. Oh, okay. So let's look at her other arm. Gemma's like, why are you putting limbs on me today? Yeah, so you can definitely see the difference. See how she's less orangey. I'll turn the light off and show you. See that? It has more of a baby skin color than an orange peel. Okay, maybe it wasn't that yellow. This is a Reborn. Is it Gadir? These are Reborns. They're sculpted dolls that we paint to make look like real babies. Realistic looking babies. Yeah. So I'm going to put this arm up to dry. Work on her. Did I put you to sleep, Kai, with my piano music? I'm used to Elizabeth being quiet, but she's more of a watcher. But that's good because she is learning, so. Oh. Which one was using her arm? I didn't use one for her arm, did I? Why didn't I use one? Don't move. She's almost dried. I don't want to knock her over now. It's not like it's air dry. It's not set. So she falls, it could smudge it. Okay. This just kind of helps me hold her arm better. See? Oh, you're awake. You being a watcher today. That's okay. Everyone's at a different level. Some people, when they're tired, just like to watch and relax. Or I have people who paint while I'm painting. Or they just listen while they're doing stuff. And their brain takes in the information. Okay. But this music is relaxing. I'm going to put all my viewers to sleep. I'm actually surprised you're still awake, Kai, with the day you've had. Oh, you're working too? There you go. Are you painting? Or are you doing other work? Some people root while they listen to my lives too. I've gotten that from people before. They're like, I feel less lonely when I root during your live. I feel like I'm not working alone. I feel like I'm working in a class, except I'm not really in a classroom, but I feel less lonely because I live alone. And I was like, oh, see, don't even realize it when you're doing a live. You don't even realize what you do for other people when they're enjoying it. It was nice to hear that I was keeping her lonely person company. And let's face it, my channel gets interesting, especially during the day. It's a little more calm at night, but my batteries run out. I had to have a green tea just to work tonight. I was like, oh, I'm getting sleepy. I need a green tea. Here we go. Isn't her nail amazing? Let me say that again. My live went out. Her nails and fingers, they're just rooted. Now, see, this finger's going in a little bit this way. That's from the temperature shock, but it'll come back out. Okay. I think she's good. Christmas. So now she has, except for her hand, more of a olive reddish. Like an olive red, like a young newborn baby. Like a young baby. I'll know after she's baked if I'm good with that. I think I will be. Her head right now looks good to me. Obviously, you guys can't see it the way I see it, but it looks good to me. So, we just gotta do her legs now. Oh, I should put it on a stick. Here, I put it on a stick to help me balance it. There we go. That's too strong there, so I'm just dabbing it off so it doesn't stay too strong. I added some what's it called? Violet. It's what we're supposed to use to neutralize yellow, but it's just a tad darker because I'm also using it as a detailer. So it should be darker for a newborn, especially a newborn. Where is it? Oh, it's on this side. That's why it wasn't getting up there. Lots of detail on this one. She's not even done yet. Oh, great. I dropped a brush. At least it wasn't the sponge. That would be worse. Okay. Alright. Oops. Got some on the bottom of her foot. There we go. Alright then. This one is gonna go here. Fall. Oh, her head's good. Take her head off, and I'm just gonna lay it in here so she doesn't tip and get scratched. Now that her head is dry. Actually, I think it looks good. Her head. Her limbs are a tinge more red because it's a smaller area, so it tends to get sometimes a little more of the paint, but when I see natural lighting, I'll have a better idea. Okay. I actually might be able to take my scooter out to get my x-ray done and stuff, because it's going up to 48, 49. I just have to make sure I wear something over my ears so I don't get cold air in my ears. Because I had vertigo, like, I was standing, I got to put like a little light near the ovens, because when it's night, I can't see the top of the oven, the number on it. So, like, when it tells you how many minutes are left or end or whatever, because I had my head down, I'm trying to read it, so all the fluid in my ear is dropping down. And when I put my head up, I got all dizzy. I was like, come on! So I did some of my exercises that you're supposed to do to your ear when you have fluid. And it did move it around. So I was like, phew! Because I can't be sick. I wish I knew about those a long time ago. Maybe I wouldn't have been bedridden for so long. Sometimes they work. It just depends how bad it is. But my one side isn't blocked. So that helps a lot. When both sides are, it's a lot harder to work. It's because the weather cannot pick a season. Keeps going between fall and winter. Like off and on through the week. I don't know whether to put on snow pants or sweatpants. Or thin pants. I don't even know. Brett, I saved up for a year for my first one. Took me a year, but I saved. Oh, you're working on Candy and Miles. You didn't send me a picture of Jade yet. Just a reminder. Oh, okay, hon. I'm almost done anyway. I just gotta do her leg here. Then I'm done. So, look at you. You made it. I'm surprised you did, because usually on Tuesdays you're pretty wiped out. Are you working tomorrow? I became an artist because it's hard for me to afford them. So that's why I became an artist, so I can make my own. But I didn't wind up keeping my own for the longest time because I'm very picky. There's some speckles on here. I don't want that to bake like that. There we go. Alright. Pretty happy with this. Later on, I can get in between, behind her leg with the brushes. I'm not worried about that right now. So her toe's a little bare too, so she might need more primer there. We'll see. Oh, you gotta work tomorrow? Bummer. Bummer. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right. So I'm gonna clean this one tomorrow, this sponge tomorrow, because I need some fresh water in there. It is a lot of nasty in there, so I gotta clean it. So that's my purple texture, so I'll put that there. Okay, guys, so I'll be back on tomorrow. I try to aim for 2 p.m. That's New York City time. I do try my best, but sometimes things get in the way. My life is chaotic. Anyone who knows me will tell you that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your evening. Kai, have a good night rest. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching.